Welcome to Anime Vault. Today, we're diving deep into Season 4 of My Hero Academia, a season packed with high stakes battles, emotional moments, and major character growth. From the gripping conflict with Overhaul to the heartwarming yet tragic journey of Eri. And finally, the explosive UA School Festival arc. This season delivers some of the most powerful moments in the series so far. So, sit back, relax, and let's recap everything that happened in My Hero Academia Season 4. Overhaul and the Shi Hasaikai arc, episodes 1 to 15. The season kicks off with a new villain rising to power, Kai Chisaki, better known as Overhaul, the leader of the Yakuza group Shi Hasaikai. Overhaul isn't just any villain. His quirk allows him to disassemble and reassemble anything he touches, making him one of the most dangerous enemies the heroes have ever faced. At the same time, Izuku Midoriya, Deku, and his classmates are starting their hero work studies, where they gain real-world experience under professional heroes. Deku lands an internship with Sir Naitai, the former sidekick of All Might and one of the most respected heroes in Japan. But working with Naitai isn't easy. He doubts Deku's potential and believes that Mirio Tagada, aka Lemillion, was the true successor to One for All. During their first mission, Deku and Mirio encounter a terrified little girl named Eri, who is under Overhaul's control. Eri's quirk Rewind allows her to reverse a person's body back to a previous state. Overhaul has been experimenting on her, using her blood to create quirk-erasing bullets. This revelation shakes the heroes to their core, leading them to launch a full-scale raid on Overhaul's hideout. The raid on Overhaul's hideout. This high-stakes operation brings together heroes from all over, including pro heroes like Eraserhead, Sir Naitai, and Ryukyu, along with UA students like Deku, Kirishima, Uraraka, and Asui. As the heroes storm the Shi Hasaikai base, chaos erupts. Kirishima and Fat Gum face off against the fearsome Rappa and Tengai, pushing Kirishima's unbreakable mode to its limits. Toga and Twice from the League of Villains secretly betray Overhaul, adding even more unpredictability to the battle. But the most intense fight happens deep within the hideout, where Deku, Mirio, and Sir Naitai confront Overhaul. Mirio versus Overhaul. A hero's tragedy. In one of the most heartbreaking moments of the series, Mirio fights Overhaul alone to protect Eri. His permeation quirk gives him an edge, allowing him to dodge Overhaul's attacks. But just when it seems like Mirio has won, Overhaul fires a quirk-erasing bullet at him. Mirio loses his quirk, but even without his powers, he refuses to give up. He fights Overhaul as a quirkless hero, proving why he was considered worthy of One for All. Just as all hope seems lost, Deku arrives, pushing his quirk beyond its limits. Deku versus Overhaul, 100% One for All. With Eri's Rewind quirk activated, Deku is able to continuously heal from his injuries, allowing him to use One for All at 100% without destroying his own body. What follows is one of the most breathtaking battles in My Hero Academia history. Deku soars through the air, delivering earth-shattering blows as Overhaul mutates into a monstrous form. With one final devastating punch, Deku defeats Overhaul, saving Eri and ending the reign of the Shi Hasaikai. But the victory comes at a cost. Sir Naitai is mortally wounded and tragically passes away, leaving Deku and Mirio devastated. Mirio remains quirkless, despite Eri's power. Overhaul is later captured, but the League of Villains ambushes him, destroying his arms and leaving him powerless. With the Shi Hasaikai defeated, Eri rescued, and Mirio forced to step away from hero work. The first half of the season ends with a bittersweet sense of victory. The UA School Festival arc, episodes 16 to 23. After the intensity of the Overhaul battle, the second half of Season 4 shifts gears to focus on the UA School Festival. This arc is lighter in tone, but still delivers powerful character moments. Deku and his classmates decide to put on a performance to lift Eri's spirits, giving her a chance to experience happiness for the first time in her life. But there's still danger lurking. Gentle Criminal and La Brava, a new villain duo emerges, Gentle Criminal and his devoted partner La Brava. Unlike Overhaul, Gentle isn't driven by violence or power. He's a failed hero turned villain who seeks fame and recognition. His elasticity quirk allows him to manipulate surfaces, making him a tricky opponent. Deku ends up battling Gentle in an intense one-on-one fight, pushing himself to master one-for-all full cowl at 20%. In the end, Deku defeats Gentle, but instead of being angry, he sympathizes with him. Gentle's tragic backstory reveals that he wanted to be a hero, but was cast aside by society. After the fight, the UA School Festival goes on as planned, and the highlight of the event is Class 1A's stunning musical performance. Seeing Eri smile for the first time is one of the most touching moments in the entire series. The Pro Hero Arc and the Rise of Endeavor, episodes 24 to 25. The final episodes of Season 4 shift focus to the pro heroes, specifically Endeavor, who is now the #1 hero after All Might's retirement. Endeavor has always been a controversial figure, but now he must prove that he can truly be a symbol of peace. In a brutal fight against the high-end Nomu, Endeavor pushes himself to his absolute limit. With Hawks assisting him, Endeavor finally defeats the Nomu in an epic battle, standing victorious with his fist raised in the air, mirroring All Might's legendary pose. For the first time, the world accepts Endeavor as the new #1 hero. Final thoughts and what's next. Season 4 of My Hero Academia is a roller coaster of emotion, action, and growth. From the heart-wrenching battle with Overhaul to the wholesome school festival and the intense showdown with the Nomu, this season solidifies itself as one of the best in the series. With Endeavor stepping up as the new symbol of peace and the looming threat of Tamura Shigaraki growing stronger, the next season promises even greater challenges for Deku and the heroes. And that's a wrap for our My Hero Academia Season 4 recap. If you loved this deep dive, make sure to stick around because Anime Vault has got you covered for all things anime. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Welcome to Anime Vault. Today, we're diving deep into Season 5 of My Hero Academia, a season filled with intense training battles, shocking revelations, and the terrifying rise of Tamura Shigaraki. From the joint training arc, where Class 1A and Class 1B push their quirks to new limits, to the My Villain Academia arc, where the League of Villains steps into the spotlight, this season sets the stage for the war to come. So, sit back, relax, and let's recap everything that happened in My Hero Academia Season 5. Joint Training Arc, Episodes 1 to 12. The season kicks off with a friendly yet fierce battle between Class 1A and Class 1B, designed to help students sharpen their quirks and teamwork. But this isn't just a training exercise. It's Deku's first real test as the successor of One for All. Each team consists of 4 students and 1 special guest, Hitoshi Shinso, the mind-controlling hero hopeful who's looking to transfer into the hero course. The battles begin. Each matchup showcases how far the students have come. First battle, Shinso proves his worth, using his new binding cloth technique alongside his brainwashing quirk to help Class 1A secure victory. Second battle, Momo Yaoyorozu versus Itsuka Kendo turns into a battle of strategy, while Fumikage Tokoyami unveils his new technique. Third battle, Todoroki and Ida shine, with Ida unleashing Recipro Turbo, a powerful new speed boost. Fourth battle, Bakugo showcases his teamwork for the first time, leading his team to a flawless 1-minute victory, a major moment of growth for him. But the real highlight comes in the final battle, when Deku faces off against Monoma's team, and something unexpected happens. Deku awakens a new quirk, Black Whip. During the match, Deku loses control of One for All, as black tendrils suddenly burst out of his body. This is Black Whip, a quirk inherited from a past One for All user. Shinso steps in, using his brainwashing quirk to stop Deku's rampage. After regaining control, Deku finishes the fight, helping his team secure a draw. This moment is a game changer. It confirms that One for All holds multiple quirks, and Deku is only scratching the surface of his true potential. With the joint training arc over, the students return to their normal training, but danger is lurking just around the corner. Endeavor's Agency Arc, Episodes 13 to 17. With Endeavor now the #1 hero, he takes Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki under his wing for their hero work studies. At first, Bakugo and Todoroki don't respect Endeavor, but as they train under him, they see how serious he is about becoming a true hero and a better father. Meanwhile, Deku focuses on mastering One for All, learning to control 45% of its power and refining his use of Black Whip. The arc ends with a powerful moment between Endeavor and his family, as he struggles to mend his relationship with Shoto, Natsuo, and Fuyumi. But the pain of the past still lingers, especially when Rei Todoroki, his wife, reveals a tragic secret about their missing son, Toya. And that leads us straight into one of the biggest plot twists of the season. The Meta Liberation Army arc, My Villain Academia, episodes 18 to 25. For the first time in My Hero Academia, the focus completely shifts away from the heroes and onto the villains. We follow Tamura Shigaraki and the League of Villains as they clash with the Meta Liberation Army, a massive organization led by Re Destro that wants quirk freedom above all else. At first, the League is outnumbered and struggling to survive, but Shigaraki undergoes a terrifying transformation that changes everything. Shigaraki's Awakening, the destruction of Deka City. During his battle with Redestro, Shigaraki's decay quirk evolves, allowing him to disintegrate anything he touches and anything connected to it. In one of the most chilling moments in the series, Shigaraki unleashes his full power, reducing an entire city to dust in seconds. Redestro, seeing Shigaraki's raw power and will to destroy, bows before him, pledging the entire Meta Liberation Army to his cause. With Shigaraki now leading an army of over 100,000 soldiers, he rebrands the group as the Paranormal Liberation Front, setting the stage for an all-out war against the heroes. Final episode, the war begins. The season ends with Hawks uncovering the Paranormal Liberation Front's plans and passing intel to the heroes. Meanwhile, Shigaraki undergoes a dangerous experiment, preparing to become even stronger than ever before. Deku, unaware of what's coming, prepares for the next step in his hero journey, but a war is about to change everything. Final thoughts and what's next. Season 5 of My Hero Academia is a crucial turning point for the series, shifting the focus from hero training to the impending battle between heroes and villains. From Deku unlocking new quirks to Shigaraki ascending to ultimate power, the stakes have never been higher. And with Season 6 covering the Paranormal Liberation War, the next chapter promises to be the most explosive and devastating yet. And that's a wrap for our My Hero Academia Season 5 recap. If you loved this deep dive, make sure to stick around because Anime Vault has got you covered for all things anime. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Welcome to Anime Vault. Today, we're diving into one of the most intense and action-packed seasons of My Hero Academia, Season 6. This is the season where everything changes. The pro-heroes wage war against the Paranormal Liberation Front, the villains strike back harder than ever, and Deku steps into the shadows, taking on the world alone in his darkest phase yet. From the Paranormal Liberation War arc, which brings destruction on an unprecedented scale, to the Dark Hero arc, where Deku walks the path of a lone vigilante. Season 6 is filled with heart-wrenching losses, thrilling battles, and game-changing revelations. So sit back, relax, and let's break down everything that happened in My Hero Academia Season 6. Paranormal Liberation War Arc, Episodes 1 to 13. Season 6 kicks off with a full-scale war as the pro-heroes launch a massive assault against the Paranormal Liberation Front before they can unleash chaos on society. The war is divided into two major battlefronts, Jaku Hospital Raid, led by Endeavor, Eraserhead, Mirko, and Present Mike. This team aims to take down Dr. Ujiko and stop him from awakening Shigaraki. Gunga Mountain Villa Assault, the second team, including Edgeshot, Midnight, Kamui Woods, and students from Class 1A and 1B, is tasked with eliminating Redestro and the rest of the Liberation Army. But from the very start, things don't go as planned. Shigaraki awakens, the birth of a monster. At Jaku Hospital, Mirko goes on a rampage, taking down multiple high-end Nomu as she desperately tries to destroy the containment pod holding Shigaraki. She almost succeeds, but Dr. Ujiko completes the process just in time, and in an instant, Shigaraki awakens, stronger than ever. With his decay quirk now on a massive scale, Shigaraki unleashes a wave of destruction that wipes out everything in a several-mile radius, buildings, heroes, and civilians alike. Thousands die in mere seconds. This terrifying display of power proves that Shigaraki is no longer just a villain, he's a force of nature. Deku versus Shigaraki, one for all versus all for one. Realizing that Shigaraki is after one for all, Deku makes a bold decision. He lures him away from the battlefield, leading him into the sky. This fight is one of the most intense in the entire series. Deku unleashes multiple quirks, using Black Whip, Float, and Danger Sense to keep Shigaraki at bay. Shigaraki, despite being incomplete, is nearly unstoppable, healing instantly from every attack. Bakugo makes a heroic save, taking a devastating hit meant to kill Deku. But the biggest twist comes when All for One's consciousness begins taking over Shigaraki's body, attempting to steal One for All. Inside the Vestige world, Nana Shimura and the past users of One for All fight back, preventing All for One from succeeding. Shigaraki is forced to retreat, but the damage is already done. The heroes have lost. The fall of the heroes and the death of Midnight. Over at Gunga Mountain Villa, things are just as chaotic. Gigantomachia awakens and tears through multiple cities, leaving devastation in his path. Dabi reveals his true identity as Toya Todoroki, exposing Endeavor's dark past to the entire world. Twice dies in a heartbreaking battle with Hawks, and Midnight is murdered while trying to stop Gigantomachia. By the time the battle ends, the hero society is in ruins. Civilians have lost faith in heroes, villains are escaping from Tartarus prison, and Shigaraki's power continues to grow. This war changes the world forever. The Dark Hero arc Deku Goes Rogue, episodes 14 to 21. With All for One and Shigaraki still at large, Deku makes a shocking decision. He leaves Yue behind and becomes a vigilante. Wearing a tattered, battle-worn costume, Deku patrols the ruined cities alone, fighting criminals and rescuing civilians without rest. This is the darkest point in Deku's journey. He stops trusting the system, believing he must fight alone. His body reaches its absolute limit, covered in wounds and exhaustion. He taps into the full potential of One for All, mastering quirks like Danger Sense, Smokescreen, and Fajin. But his reckless mission leads him into a deadly battle against Lady Nagant. Deku versus Lady Nagant, the Assassin's Bullet. Lady Nagant, a former pro-hero turned assassin, is sent by All for One to eliminate Deku. Her rifle quirk allows her to snipe from insane distances, making her a lethal threat. Deku, however, unleashes Fajin, a quirk that lets him store kinetic energy and move at incredible speed, allowing him to dodge her attacks and close the distance. After an intense aerial battle, Deku defeats her, but this fight pushes him further into despair. He becomes even more withdrawn, his eyes dark and hollow, burdened by the weight of the world. Class 1A rescues Deku, Bakugo's apology. Realizing that Deku is breaking down, Class 1A refuses to abandon him. They track him down and confront him, begging him to return home. At first, Deku refuses, believing that he must protect everyone alone. But then, Bakugo steps forward and apologizes. In one of the most emotional moments of the series, Bakugo acknowledges all the pain he caused Deku in the past, admitting that he sees him as a true hero. Overwhelmed with emotion, Deku collapses in tears, finally accepting that he doesn't have to do this alone. With the help of his friends, he returns to Yue, where Uraraka gives an inspiring speech, convincing civilians to accept him. Final episodes, preparing for the final war. The season ends with major revelations. All Might meets Stain, who provides crucial intel on All for One's next move. Shigaraki is nearly fully awakened, his body now at 100% completion. The final war is coming, and the fate of the world hangs in the balance. At Final Thoughts and What's Next. Season 6 of My Hero Academia is one of the best seasons yet, filled with heartbreaking sacrifices, insane battles, and major character development. Deku has gone from an optimistic hero in training to a battle-scarred warrior, while Shigaraki is now an unstoppable villain, more dangerous than ever. And with Season 7 set to cover the final war arc, the ultimate showdown between heroes and villains is finally here. That's it for today's My Hero Academia Season 6 recap. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to stay tuned because Anime Vault has got you covered for all things anime. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.